All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to the RMP cast. My name is Subin. It's gonna be episode 9. Before we start this episode, I'm gonna introduce my guest. So let's get that started. Say what's up.
What's up, y'all? It's Kenny.
What's up, Kenny?
Also known as aloeseis on social media. I'm a gym influencer.
What's up?
That's what everyone says,
Okay.
right? Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Let's get it
So
started.
good.
So for this episode, if you guys are new to my channel, every episode is gonna be different. I'm always gonna have different people. So Kenny, you're a new member on my podcast. Welcome to the cast, right? My audience hasn't seen you yet. A lot of people hasn't seen your personality. So I feel like this is a good
Right.
opportunity, right?
Right. Yeah.
So tell the audience about yourself, man. How were you, how was your story? How were you raised? How did you become the person you are today?
Man,
As we
dude.
see on Instagram, on social media, what you do.
Well, it's gonna be a long podcast then.
Long podcast?
Because
Okay.
no one really knows,
Your backstory?
my backstory about how, I got here.
Okay.
And no one knows even how I talk, because I don't really talk on my videos either.
Okay.
Right?
Mhm.
And I was born in Sri Lanka,
Sri Lanka. Okay.
and I came here when I was about 2 years old
Mhm.
to New York City,
Mm.
Staten Island,
Okay,
right?
okay.
And lived there for about 20 years,
Oh, so you just moved here recently?
Yeah, I moved here
Oh.
almost 4 years ago.
Oh, okay. I
Right.
did not know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, growing up in Staten Island, Mariners Harbor,
Mhm.
the lifestyle is not that great.
It's not that
Right.
big. Okay.
Like, we didn't grow up with the most lavish.
The bougie things.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Like, we were surviving. We were not living.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, there's a lot to be told about my lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
what I do now versus what I was back then.
And where you came from?
Right.
So how did you come up? What was your family dynamic like? All that stuff. Who were you as a person back before all this, fame came and,
Man,
stuff
it was
like that?
actually crazy because I have a big family.
Okay.
I have about, I would say, I wouldn't say, but I do have 4 older siblings
Okay.
that are brothers.
Are you the youngest?
No, I have 2 younger brothers
Okay.
and then 1 younger sister.
Okay.
So there's 8 of us in total,
Okay.
right? So you got to imagine, this is a big family.
Mm-hmm.
And, in majority of these big families, like, you can't, 2 parents can't share love to,
Yeah. It's going to be
everyone.
kind of
Yeah,
divided
it's gotta-
and separated,
well,
right?
and, one person would get some attention, one person wouldn't.
Mhm.
But I would try my best to, like, do as much as I could to get attention, right?
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Like you were kind of fighting to
right,
be seen.
right.
Was there a
And-
sibling that got the most attention or no?
No, it wasn't really like that. I think more of, like, our lifestyle was just catered towards more making a living rather
Okay.
than, family life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's normal, and I don't blame anyone for it, the way I grew up and stuff like that. And I don't regret anything in my life, right?
Yeah.
So this dynamic now brought me towards, trying to be a better son, Went to private school, like everyone else went to public school.
Mhm.
I just try to be the best person I could be, right?
Was
I
going
knew-
to private school your decision or your parents' decision?
Well, it was actually a funny story. I used to altar serve at my church,
Okay.
and I went to church one Sunday, and the priest there, he had switched out with another priest, and that priest happened to be a principal at the high school that I was going to attend to.
Okay.
And he asked me if I wanted to join that private school.
Mhm.
I had no idea it even existed,
Okay.
right? But I said no at first. My dad was like, "Oh, maybe you should try it out, go and see how it is," right? So, whatever. I ended up, like, canceling the public school, like, admissions, and then went straight to private school in high school.
Mhm.
And I thought it would be a way to, like, be a little bit different. Maybe these public school kids could teach me something
Mhm.
to get out of this situation that I'm in,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
And it truthfully did, right?
Really?
But my first year of high school, my father had passed away,
Okay.
right?
Sorry to hear that. Yeah.
No, it's just how it is, right? So, given that lifestyle that we were a part of, right?
Mhm.
That's just how life is, right?
May I ask how your dad passed away? Like what happened?
Yeah, I mean, he had got into some violent like activities in Sri Lanka, right?
Okay.
Taking a business trip out there,
Okay.
right? And uh, it just things got escalated. He was in the wrong time, wrong place.
Wrong
You know that
place.
kind of that kind of situation.
Did he get
And
killed?
yeah, he got murdered right there
Oh.
in like in Sri Lanka, the city
Yeah.
that we grew up in.
Damn.
Right. So that whole situation is like, I didn't take it, and I think I'm the only one in my family that didn't take it as in grief. Right. Like I wasn't upset
At
right?
all.
Yeah. I was more like,
What are you
we
gonna
were-
do about it?
yeah, we were in a bad situation.
Okay.
Now we're even in a worse situation,
Mhm.
right? So now, what are we gonna do to get out of it?
Like you
Right?
can only think of solutions.
Yeah, we
Why?
can't.
Okay.
Like that was my mindset the whole time.
Mhm.
And people were asking me like, "Are you actually okay?" Because like no one thinks like this.
Because maybe people think you're just hiding it or like
Yeah.
suppressing all your feelings, right?
they were like, "But it's been 10 years now, and
Okay.
I'm still thinking that same way."
Okay. So,
Right?
so there's never been a period of time where you
There-
showed that
there
grief,
was
you felt
never-
that grief?
There was never a period of time where I actually felt like, I was like, "Damn, like this is hard." You know what I'm saying?
Really? Even did you try to hide those feelings? Like you have to have felt something internally. Because I'm thinking from my perspective, if my dad got murdered, I can
Right.
put on the biggest act on the outside. I can
Right.
try to, be as calm as possible. But
Right,
on the
right.
inside, I'm fighting demons, right? And you didn't feel that.
See, now, that's what I think a regular person would think, right? But living my lifestyle, and I think this is really important to like what, how you should be raising children nowadays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that like the ministry of presence? Like, if you're not present in your child's life, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're not attending things that they are a part of,
Mm-hmm.
the child lose faith. They lose faith in you.
Okay, so
Right?
were you saying your dad wasn't really
Yeah,
involved
so
in
he
your
wasn't
life?
really
Okay.
he wasn't really attending anything, right?
Okay.
And
So and that's why you didn't feel too
Right.
much of a.
And I don't
Impact.
blame him as much, right? I don't blame him at all, right? So like, he was doing his thing. He was trying to make a living for us, right?
Mhm.
Things I found that were important to me at the time just became unimportant because no one was attending their things,
Mhm.
right? So I played basketball. That was my first like big thing that I was doing, right?
And nobody was really showing up to your games.
No one showed up. We had a championship game that that all like no one showed up, and I just quit, right?
Mhm.
After that in my life, I was in the jazz band, like marching band
Mhm.
throughout middle school, performed at Carnegie Hall.
Mhm.
I had gotten a phone call that he wasn't showing up that day to my performance at Carnegie Hall.
Mhm.
I used to play the bass trombone, right? I quit the next day.
Yeah.
You know?
And you were expecting him too, so
I
that
was
was a big
expecting
blow,
him.
right?
That's the only
Okay.
reason why I was so excited to go,
Mhm.
right? So, had quit the next day. I went through high school, right?
Mhm.
Obviously, he had left. He had passed away my
Mhm.
first year of high school.
Mhm.
But even that, like, I went through 4 years of high school with one of the greatest track teams in the country, right?
Mhm.
Winning 2 national medals,
Mhm.
right? Winning indoor Olympic champions. None of my family members showed up to any of my events,
Mm.
right? And then I always get asked like, "Oh, why didn't you run in college? Why didn't you, like pursue this as a career?"
Mhm.
Dude, when no one shows up, when
that
no one,
affects you
yeah,
psychologically.
that affect, it's like a psychological thing.
Mhm.
So you just begin to not care about anything,
And you
right?
kind of like ignore your own interests.
Right.
Okay.
right? And with all of that, like when my dad passed away, it's not that I'm an asshole for not like caring.
Mhm.
It's just that I never thought that no one, like, I just thought no one cared about what I was doing.
Mhm.
So what do we need to do in this scenario? We can't just grieve about it, right?
Mhm. So you kind of have the mindset of like you gotta like
Yeah,
whatever.
now we gotta just,
Okay.
like
how
step
can
it
you
up.
move
Yeah,
forward?
how could we do that? How could we, progress in this,
So I
right?
do have a question. So with all your siblings, was it kind of the same dynamic? Was it like everyone was kind of on their own path and everyone was solo, or did you feel kind of left out compared to everyone else?
So the thing was that, like, I think everyone took that situation differently, right?
Okay.
3 of my younger siblings, they were really young, so they really don't
Understand it?
understand what's happening.
Okay.
And everyone else was just in their own world, doing their own thing, kind of thing.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I think I just took it more as an initiative to, like, be that person to make it out of where our situation was.
And try to make a difference.
Yeah, and as long as it could take years, take decades. I don't know how long it was going to take, right? But I tried everything. I tried every job. I tried every trade, right?
And this is while you were still living in New York, correct?
Okay. Exactly. And this is from the age of 14, mind you, right?
So you were used to such a big responsibility at such a young age. And I'm guessing where it's going, that's what shaped you to take all these big leaps, right? Go ahead.
And I never really had time to actually sit down and be like, damn, this is hard, you know?
Or sit down and think and reflect. You were just constantly on the move.
Never a grieving situation, never me complaining about what I have to go through and stuff. It's just how I did it, you know what I'm saying? So that's just how I lived that lifestyle.
Okay, so when you kept fighting and you kept trying all these new things, when was that first inch or level of success that you felt? And when did you start thinking oh, okay, the fight that I'm fighting is actually working?
Right. So my overall goal in all of that was to bring my family out of that situation that they were in New York, because I had moved to Houston, right? And I would tell my mom, just give me 2 years, I'll bring you guys to Houston.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it'll be better, right?
Okay.
And I worked so hard for that to happen, right? And finally, about 2 years ago is exactly when I had brought them back to where I was in Houston, right? And I think that it changed their life drastically, right? So their whole lifestyle changed, right? Better people, right, than where we were living,
better environment,
right? Better schools.
Yeah.
Overall, I find that as more successful, right? Than anything.
Yeah, you impacted your family, you impacted yourself. That's real. Grind.
Right,
work.
getting people to look
Can
at
I ask
that
how you
lifestyle.
made the money for all this to happen, and you actually moved, and
Right.
what was that success story?
So I had gotten to college for about a year and a half doing criminal justice. I was trying to just find a job that would just pay.
Pay.
You
just need the money.
I just need the money, right?
Yeah.
So I was originally going to be a cop.
Okay.
I went to school for criminal justice. It was, that was my path, right? Was just gonna be a cop, a regular, person, right? Then COVID hit. Around that time, I was just thinking, man, I feel like I can make more doing a trade or something. So I became a welder.
Okay.
Worked at a concrete factory, chipping concrete. From 17 to 18, 18 to 19, around that age. And then I realized I really hated working this much, right?
Yeah. You were just trying to make a living, trying to fight, yeah.
So then I was just man, I'm just gonna kind of invest in trade school and see where that goes. And then after trade school, about 10 months, went straight to they gave me a ticket to Dallas. Right, to do some training. Got a job in Houston. That's when it kind of started my HVAC journey, right? About a few years later, then I was had a friend of mine. He had helped. I had helped him start his company for HVAC stuff. So I'm helping with that. But that is where we're at now. So because we grew that company so large, right? For at least us two, our standards, right? That it helped me get my family out here.
Yeah.
Right? Not including the whole social media journey that just happened in between all of that, right? That was just a hobby for me. Right?
It's something that did end up working out.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was just something I tried and it worked, and I just kept going with it.
So I have a question. So you got, your whole family moved out. From what I'm hearing, it was a success story, right?
Right.
So how does that feel, internally? Do you? Because this is my first time meeting you.
Right.
So you, from what I'm thinking, right? You don't really feel feelings in the moment. You're always one step ahead. You're always okay, what am I gonna do next?
Right.
Has there ever been a time where you sat down and be like, damn, look at how much I did. Look at how much I've impacted. Did you ever feel that happiness? Or it's always what's the next move? How can I always get better?
Yeah.
And where does that balance fall?
it never feels like a real after being in a situation where you're thinking like when you're at your lowest, you always think that a good situation can always turn out bad.
Like it
right?
can get it taken away from you.
Yeah, and it's
I agree.
not a I don't know if it's a good or bad thing that happens because like
It's probably the trauma
you
that
could be also
you know.
prepared for the worst, right?
Mhm.
But you can't enjoy the good times, you know?
Yeah, you can, but you're always skeptical,
Yeah,
and that
you're
kind of
always
takes away that
skeptical, and
peace. You know.
Now like you're always thinking like, oh, what's gonna happen? You know,
Okay.
something bad has to happen because you know something good
Yeah,
happened.
like I'm in my entire life, I'm always used to bad things happening, right? I'm
Right.
always used to like always fighting. So when you do
Right.
see success, it's like you've seen it, you know, from your own family, how it gets taken
Right,
away from
right.
you in the blink of an eye. And you know, because of that, I get it. You know, psychologically and with
Yeah.
the trauma you went through, you know, I
Yeah.
can kind of see the way you think, and it makes sense.
That's how it is, dude. Like, like I wake up every day thinking like, okay, like I gotta do something, you know?
I gotta keep fighting. That's all
Yeah,
you know.
you know?
And it's a habit that you built.
Yeah,
I
and
get
I'm,
it.
and I'm glad, you know, I come from New York, that
Mhm.
mindset,
Mhm.
moving to Texas, using that same mindset here,
Mhm.
you're gonna do great here.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Opportunities here are
Yeah,
endless.
dude.
You know, so many things. But I will say this: from what I've known, like it sounds like you worked really hard to move your family out. You know,
Right.
you should give yourself a grace period. You should give yourself and be happy for the stuff that you've done.
You know what? And
you
I
know?
do I do think that like I do have my fair share of fun, you know, in this world. I always tell everyone, I'm like, dude, I could die tomorrow and I would be satisfied at the amount of things I've done in my life.
Okay, so you
right?
internally, you know, accept
Internally, I accept that,
that.
right?
But on the outside, you're always
Outside,
moving.
yeah, I have to get,
I get it. I get it.
you know, I have to
completely
get more. Yeah, but dude, I love my life. You know,
Yeah.
I love the people in it, right? And I don't
That's what
think,
you fought for.
yeah, I don't think friends and family are separate. I think to me they're the same, right? You know, mud is thicker than blood. These friends that I have, right, have been there for me through the worst times. You know what I'm saying? More than family members. So these friends, like I cherish
them.
you know,
for sure.
whenever I can see them, I always take the initiative too, and you know, I would never regret anything we ever do.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah. Okay, so I will say this. So that's a crazy story. Obviously, it's my first time meeting you, so that took me by surprise. You know, I'm sure a lot of people watching have no idea that's kind of the way you were raised, right?
Right.
That affects the Kenny that, you know, people see, right?
Right. Yeah.
So how a lot of people see you now is like all this fitness influencing stuff, right? When I shot the episode with
Right.
Justin and them, they were like, "Oh, you started that wave," right? So now the Kenny that a lot of people
Yeah.
see is that fitness influencer, that social media person, right?
Yeah.
So what was the story with that? How did that start? How did you become, you know, that person? And the way that a lot of people see you, they're not gonna see all the outside stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
all the
yeah.
inside stuff. But
Man, it was actually a funny story. Like, obviously, like I had TikTok since maybe I don't know high school, right? I mean, I was on it, like watching people like dance and stuff like that.
yeah,
I never really had a thought to post a video and be like, you know, this
like
is
try to get there,
yeah,
kind of
this is-
thing. Especially in our culture, you know,
Right.
no one really did that. You know.
Yeah, and like I remember when Vine was out, right? And I made a video. I was like, oh, tutorial how to like eat Oreos. I was a kid, right? And I was like,
Yeah.
and I put a toothpick in an Oreo and I dipped it in the milk, and I thought it was like the greatest thing ever, and I thought it was gonna go viral.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it didn't.
And it got like 2 views.
Yeah, that shit was
right?
probably
And it was like,
trash.
yeah, it was so bad.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm never making content ever again, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm never doing this shit ever again. So obviously years go by. Like I saw like a couple of high school friends, like they were getting like a little viral, like 1,000 views, 2,000 views on a video. They were like going crazy and stuff. So I never really thought I was like, oh, I was gonna like do content stuff.
You didn't think you had it in you
yeah.
at the time. Okay.
But my mom she's like weird, like horoscopes and stuff like that. Like, you know, I don't know about much of those. She was like, oh, you're gonna be famous when you're older. Like I could tell, kind of thing, you know?
Okay. Like she saw the potential.
Yeah,
in you,
yeah. She
kind
was
of.
like, oh, there's no way you're not.
Okay. She probably saw the grind, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, but
You moved around,
You have
shit.
to also think like I have to do something to become famous. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
doing. I'm not working and
You
gonna
gotta
become
find a
famous. Yeah,
purpose.
you gotta
Gotta find
do
something.
something to do that.
Uh-huh.
So when I had moved to Houston, about 3 months later, I heard about this gym on TikTok called Alphaland, right? And it said it just opened up, right? So I had a day pass to go there for summer shredding, I think. No, was it? No, it was just like a regular day that I went there. Yeah, it was just like a regular day pass thing. I went there in like around March of like 2022 or something like that.
Okay.
And I did a quick workout. I was like I was maybe like 150 pounds, like
Yeah,
not too crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like I was like very lean at the time.
But before you started this lifting thing.
Yeah, I was just like lifting like a regular person, right?
Uh-huh.
Just trying to like get my bench up and stuff like that, right? And I had met these group of friends the first day I was there, and they've never seen me there before. They all knew each other, right? And one of those people were on your podcast. His name is Alan Joseph.
Alan Joseph.
He
Shout
was
out
there.
Alan.
Yeah, and his cousin Alan John, right? The Allens, we call them, right? They were both there. Also Abel, who's doing really well on TikTok and Instagram, right?
Okay. Shout out Abel.
His birthday today too. Happy birthday,
Happy
Abel.
birthday, Abel.
Tayeb, who also became a TikTok famous for a while, right? All these guys were in the same place. They were all there, and it was the first day I was there at Alphaland. I was like, oh, these people are so cool, way nicer than New Yorkers, right? And they asked me, they were like, oh, Kenny, like, where's your family at? Because mind you, my family didn't come yet, right? Because I was still grinding.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, my family's at home. Like, I'm just here alone. And then I remember Alan John telling me straight to my face, he was like, we are your family now.
Damn.
Right?
And this is before you even
This is
said the story.
before I even picked up the camera.
Okay.
Right?
Like they were the day ones.
And I knew that day that those two guys, Alan John, Alan Joseph, right? Abel Tayeb, those two as well. Like, I was going to become friends with these guys forever, right?
Yeah. And
later on, the group, I mean, like, people kept adding up. You know, you got an old roommate of mine who afterwards, his name is Zach. He came in there. There was a lot of people in this story, right? Kept adding up, you know? Throughout this time, everyone kept, like, encouraging me to, like, you know, post and do stuff, you know? But one day, I had went to, and mind you, I had a girlfriend at this time, which is crazy, right?
Okay.
Because it's going to get funny.
Okay.
It came to a time where it was around summer shredding. Alphaland is a big event, you know? Alphaland just opened up, so this is, like, the first summer shredding event. And it's just a bunch of influencers at Alphaland. They're just working out, filming, whatever. And I'm just there to work out. So I go, and I see this really tall Indian guy, right? And I know he's just a brown dude, right? I just don't know anything about him.
Yeah,
don't even know who he is, right? Because I'm not that social, right?
Yeah.
He comes up to me, asks me, hey, can you, like, record me doing this set real quick for a TikTok? I'm like, oh, why are you recording it, you know, for TikTok?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, no, I just post on social media, this, that. And I was like, I told him, I was like, yo, we kind of look like each other. You're just taller, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, like, that kind of, like, broke the ice a little bit, you know? I recorded a video for him. And he was like, yo, you should kind of, like, post on there, too. Like, you know, just try it out. And then I think that was the point where I was like, oh, like, maybe I should kind of thing.
Yeah, he instilled some confidence in you.
But a little bit, yeah. Because I was like, oh, if he posts it, you know.
Why can't I?
Yeah, I could probably do it. We look alike, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I went back home, and I told my girlfriend at the time, right? I was like, yo, like, I met this guy. He's, like, really tall. He's, like, freakishly tall. He does TikTok. And she's like, oh, my God, is that 6'9" Guju? And I was like, yeah, right?
Was he big at this time? Or
he had about 40,000 followers at the time, right?
Okay.
But at the time, that was, like, big because, like, brown TikTok was, like, really big. Like, everyone was talking about it at the time. You know, people were, like, blowing up out of nowhere. There was so many names out there, right?
Okay.
And I was like, dude, how does this girl know, you know, who he is? And, you know, I feel like I could do the same thing.
Yeah, like you had that potential
Dude,
that
I went
he
the
had.
next day. I remember I borrowed someone's tripod. I had an iPhone 11 Pro, right? And it had a cracked. My phone's cracked right now too.
Yeah.
But it had a cracked lens, like camera lens.
Okay.
and I had set it up on a machine, right? And I was like, okay, like what do these people want, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's got to be some kind of trick to this TikTok thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, let me try it like it's Vine,
Okay.
right? Let me do 5-second videos.
Yeah. And you
Right?
remember what happened last time with the Oreos. So.
Exactly. So I'm like, dude, this might be an Oreo situation,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And I might just quit the next day. So I
Dead.
recorded a 5-second video of me just sitting at the machine, not even using it, right? And I posted it. I wake up the next day, it's at 100,000 views.
Really? Wait, was it your first post?
This is my first like gym post.
Gym post.
Yeah, but I didn't have any followers back then. I was just posting like, cause I was just posting like random stuff.
Wait, at this
like,
time, did you have like a decent physique or like were you skinny?
Not even. I was like, I had a decent physique. I would say like I was working out every day.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So like, how did it blow? Were you just like a good looking dude?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it was, right?
Okay.
So
So just that you tapped into that potential.
right.
It.
So this is when I realized I was just a good looking dude and not a gym guy, right?
Yeah.
Because I posted that video and I'm like, oh shit, like, you know, they like gym content.
Yeah.
So I posted me benching and doing the bench.
That shit
right?
got no likes.
It got, bro. I mean, just because of
dead.
association, it got like maybe 10K views.
Yeah, because your older
but it's
one
not
got
100K because this video is already at 400K.
Okay.
Right? It's only been 2 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh shit, my followers are going up, 10,000 followers in a day and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, oh, this is easy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to see me work out. They just want to see my face.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And, you know, me personally, at the time, I'm like, I got so much shit to deal with, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do they need to see my face for? Like, this is such bullshit, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't really think too much of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I did was, they want to see it so bad, I started posting 6 times a day.
Okay.
Just random videos of my
shit.
face and just doing, like, flexing in the mirror and stuff, right?
Okay.
6 times a day. In 1 week, I got 100,000 followers,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'd never stopped, right? Second week, 200,000 followers, right? Third week, 300,000 followers, right?
Damn.
But
You
yeah,
got traction that fast?
Yeah, in 3 weeks it was 300,000 followers, but then it became like at one point like it came to a stop because I really couldn't like keep posting that much
Mm-hmm.
because the amount of it was not much that we were getting from posting, right?
Yeah.
I never really cared about attention,
Mm-hmm.
like this like taking photos and stuff like that. Like I never cared about any of that, right?
Did that change it? Like now, did you care about attention, or you stayed true?
No,
to that?
I never.
Oh, it didn't
I
matter.
still don't.
Okay.
You know, like I'd rather have a genuine conversation with someone than like
Yeah, real connections.
yeah, like it's just I'm all about real connections,
Okay.
and yeah, that I kind of stopped posting for a while, and I just I had to I'm like I go back and forth kind of thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I moved it over to Instagram because I'm thinking Instagram can monetize more,
Mm-hmm.
and it did. So moved all the followers to Instagram, did the same exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
It just works that way.
Damn. So that's how your whole platform grew. That's
Yeah.
how you made connections. So I do have a question. So because of I'm sure your world opened up because of social media, right?
Right.
So because people started looking at you different, have you ever experienced people kind of like, okay, they know who you are, they know your name, they never really got to know you? Do you kind of know who's fake and who's not? Who really
Yeah,
wants
it's
to know
very-
you and who's not?
It's so easy to tell.
Really? Because obviously I'm not as big as you yet,
Right.
so I don't
No,
understand
but
that perspective.
it's really easy to tell because, I mean, you would kind of know. Like everyone has that like peripheral vision. Like when they're out, they know that someone's looking at them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when there's a phone propped up a certain way. You know,
Yeah,
like it's very easy to tell who. And a regular conversation with someone.
mm-hmm.
Oh, you're like when someone's acting like they don't know who you are.
It's
right?
easy to tell.
It's kind of more, and I'm not trying to act like I'm like a celebrity or anything,
Yeah.
right? But I know, like, if there's a group of brown people,
Mhm.
right,
Mm-hmm.
or they're gonna know who one of them is gonna know, you know?
Yeah,
at
most
least, right?
likely. Okay.
And I can tell, right, because like we go to like larger cities, Houston, Austin, you know, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I had not one encounter like with someone in person that wasn't like, oh, I've seen you online somewhere, you know?
Mm-hmm. So they all pretend like they don't know you?
No, like it's not like all. I would
Okay,
say like
okay.
majority don't, right? Majority, they would just be like, hey, like, can I get a picture or something like that?
Okay.
Right. And
So how do you differentiate if someone wanted a true connection? Because you're already big, so you kind of like, you
Right,
kind of
right.
already know. So
You
how is it possible for someone to break that?
yeah. I would say like, if I'm not approaching, right? And this is gonna sound like, I'm a dickhead or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, if I'm not approaching, or like if someone doesn't introduce me to someone, right? Like, I would say that's more of a genuine connection.
Like are you saying if someone comes up to you?
So like, I'm saying if I have a friend who has a friend, it's like, hey, come meet my friend,
Like a mutual?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is Kenny, I would be more comfortable having a genuine connection with that person because of association, right?
Yeah, they're already cool with your circle.
Right.
Okay. So is it possible for someone completely outside of your circle to kind of come in?
It has happened,
Okay. So it is possible for genuine relationships to still happen at this
you
point.
look at people with the same kind of like, I can already, I have this like weird thing where I could kind of tell the vibe of someone. Like, I just know who has a good heart, and who's really striving to like get their goals,
Like get to know you type of thing.
And a perfect example is Justin Fernandez. Like,
Justin, shout out Justin.
Dude, that kid is gonna be insanely successful.
Yeah.
Right?
Hopefully, bro.
And I've seen him, I don't know how many followers he had at the time, maybe like 2,000, 3,000 followers. I've seen him on TikTok, and I was like, dude, his physique's insane.
Yeah.
And he's a good-looking guy, right? And that kind of person doesn't become a nobody, And I saw him a random day at a gym in Sugarland, and I texted him on TikTok, and I was like, I didn't even follow him. I followed him. I was like, yo, are you in Houston? He was like, yeah, I live in this area. And I'm like, dude, it's 5 minutes away from my house, right? He lives 5 minutes away. So I'm like, yo, come tomorrow, let's work out, and I'll show you everything, right? After that, like, dude, I told him all about, what he needs to do in this
fitness, social media, all that stuff. Yeah.
And now you look at there's like a group of them,
Yeah. He kind of passed that down to
now
his
he
people.
kind of passed that down to the other ones, right? And they're passing it down. Like it's
You're
just
kind of
more
spreading
like,
a wave. Yeah.
Yeah, bringing more, like more kids, that age to, post more. Dude, you can make a living out of it at some point.
Yeah.
Fitness coaching, stuff like that.
Yeah.
For people that didn't grow up with a lot, that's important.
Yeah, I mean, he shouted you out when I did the episode with Justin. He said, you kind of took him under your wing, and then you kind of passed that down.
Right.
So I mean, it's good. You're creating an impact.
So I always wish that, like, I mean, I never really cared about social media. I never cared about the numbers. I never cared about views. I never did coaching, nothing like that. So I always was like, man, someone else deserves this fame. I would give it away for free. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I saw it in him that he was, he wanted this goal.
He wanted it.
So I told him everything I knew, everything. And I think we have over like maybe 10 videos or 10 to 10 videos that are hitting like 1 million views, right? So, I mean, he's gonna do good. Like,
good,
actually,
bro. Shout out Justin, man.
Yeah, dude.
It's a beautiful story. So we'll take it to this direction, right? So from TikTok, like you talked about earlier, you good looking dude, a homo, right? So when it comes to love, right? You're currently single, right? Let's get into that, right?
Oh man.
What is your type in a girl? What do you look for personally? Let's start with that.
Well, I used to have this old saying, right? Back in when I was like a wild TikToker, I would say, if she ain't brown, I ain't down.
Really?
Right.
So you want a brown girl?
Dude.
Same?
Come on, dude.
It's kind of like brown people just understand other brown people, right? Brown guys understand brown girls.
Like, it's just so easy to understand someone, right?
Yeah, especially because our culture is kind of unique.
Yeah, in a perfect world, it would be a Sri Lankan girl like I'm Sri Lankan. It would be a Sri Lankan girl. But I hadn't had much luck with that, right?
Really? Okay.
Because I don't really encounter too many Sri Lankans, in person, online, whatever. But yeah, dude, like.
So you would be open to like an Indian, Paki, all that. Okay, just brown in general.
Yeah, dude. I mean, there's a lot of beautiful brown women out there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I wouldn't go anywhere else. You know?
Really?
Right.
Okay. So when it comes to brown girls, is there any values that you prioritize a little bit more? What type of brown girls? Is it personality? Is it looks? Let's get into that.
I would say, I'm not too big on like, filtering what
Mm-hmm.
I'm really open as a person, to a lot of people. They just gotta be matching my energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a really like spontaneous person. I do things last minute, right?
Randomly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if I'm like, yo, I need to fly out to here. You want to come with me? It's okay if you don't, but I'm just saying like that's the type of like lifestyle
That you want.
I think.
And yeah.
I think my main issue with girls
Mm-hmm.
is that they can't match that lifestyle as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay because like I'm not looking for anything serious. You know?
Okay, so you don't want a relationship.
Yeah, that's not like what I
necessarily.
was, and I kind of realized this not even like 2 or 3 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Where I was just like, yeah, I should probably chill out on like trying to get into a relationship because like I don't think anyone can handle that like heat of like like moving so quick.
Okay.
And I've seen my friends' relationships and stuff like that, and it's just not something I want.
So I do have a question. So especially with the TikTok age now, social media now, a lot of
Right.
people are like, okay, men should be these providers, right? So
Right.
have you ever thought of like, okay, like you're kind of saying the girl isn't where you are? Have you ever thought about just taking a girl under your wing and kind of, giving her the world, a type of situation to where it's like she doesn't even have to do anything because you provided a lot for your family. You kind of, you're always used to a big responsibility.
Right,
So do you
right,
think you
right.
can pass that down to a girl, or a girl has to be kind of set up the same way you are and have similar goals?
That's actually a good question because like I always thought that I was like, I want to be, I want to support, the girl 100%. They don't have to worry about nothing, right?
Yeah.
Which is okay, right?
fine, yeah.
It's totally fine. But I've realized personally that, and like this is probably like the biggest thing I would say, like I would look for in a girl actually is like that they understand struggle, right?
Yeah, you kind of want her to have
Yeah.
the same mindset as you, and that's huge. in
Not
terms of
not even they don't even
compatibility.
have to have like the same lifestyle growing up, right? It's just more understanding, right? Someone that's really like caring about someone else's life, right? Understanding perspective.
Okay.
You can live a lavish life for the since you were born, right? But there are some people out there that still like understand perspective, right? These people live a certain way. These people live a certain way. We have to accept all of them, for who they are, right? And for some reason, like I haven't found someone like that, right? Well, not too many people. I have, but like not too many that I would like keep around at least, because there's other aspects.
Because you're kind of aware it is kind of rare.
Yeah, because you could be good at one thing, but you could, something else could like drive you away from it.
Okay. And naturally, you do have a little bit higher standards, especially kind of the way.
I wouldn't even
You
say
were-
that. No, I really wouldn't say that.
So you don't care if the girl's like super good looking or like.
No, dude, like
Okay.
it's not what I'm looking for. Like I don't need a supermodel,
Yeah, just someone to like fully understand.
Yeah, I just want someone to care. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
really.
It's really like bare minimum stuff.
Are you like a soulmate believer? You believe in fate? You believe when the time is right, it'll just work out? Or is it like you have to actively search and find your person?
I believe in both, actually. I mean, I do think everything happens for a reason, right? But I do think God has played out your life the way,
You're supposed to.
it's supposed to go. If something doesn't happen, if you don't get a job, you were never supposed to get that job.
Exactly.
Something else is going to come up, right?
And if you fail, you were supposed to
Yeah,
fail.
if this girl rejects you, she was supposed to reject you, right? But also, people that live like that and think that if they stay at home all day, right, that a girl's gonna just appear at their door is stupid,
Yeah,
right? So you have the free will to go out and express your,
Try and search.
yeah,
Don't get discouraged if it doesn't work out.
dude. Go out and meet people, right? It can't hurt,
Exactly.
right? And
So you think when the
It's
time is
just-
right, everything will
yeah.
fall into place, and you'll find that girl.
yeah,
You know?
and I'm not tripping too much. You know what I'm saying? I think I'll be fine, right? I just have a lot more other things to be dealing with than love right now.
And I'm
right?
sure it is difficult for you because we kind of touched on this earlier where it comes to like when you try to make new friends or have new
Right.
connections, they kind of already know who you are. And I'm sure the same
That-
logic applies to girls.
So
Because
that was like one of the biggest things I found a problem with when I first started was because I never I would just like whenever some girl would come up and ask for a picture, right?
yeah,
I would think like, dude, like I would never like have more of a conversation with this girl like
they just saw you as a, like
yeah,
a,
they just I mean you just took a picture with me.
they didn't even want to talk to you.
No, I mean like they would talk, right?
You think they were
But, like,
intimidated?
But if
Or-
I were to like if they're like if I can't be emotionally connected with that person.
because of the
right?
picture thing,
Yeah.
like they already
it's-
looking at you as in like a higher tier.
Like it just
Okay,
for to me
interesting.
it just seems like more like oh like
like
you
you're a
know?
fan.
Yeah,
Like I don't want my
wouldn't
girl to
do
be a
that,
fan.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
want my girl to really, see
Yeah.
me as a human.
But then it's also like I'm being a little selfish because like I put myself in that situation, right?
Yeah, but it makes sense. You can't help but want a real,
Right,
connection. Someone to see you as a human, not just like
Yeah.
a celebrity.
It's
or
probably
something
that,
like that.
0.1%, right? But I don't know. It's just I feel like it's out there
Yeah.
somewhere.
I think that's what's beautiful, right? Because
Yeah.
everybody has their own story. Everybody has like their own subjective things that they want in
Yeah,
a girl.
yeah.
So there's only one person for you, only one person for
Right.
me, and I feel like that's kind of the journey, right? That's what we love about it. It's hard.
Right.
You're gonna find that person, and that person will come to fruition when the time is right, right?
Yeah.
So let's get into this, right? You're Sri Lankan.
Right.
What do you love about your culture? How do you want to impact other brown people? How do you want to represent? Let's kind of get into that, right?
Well, this is actually this topic could go two ways because
2 ways, okay.
you gotta imagine. I was born in Sri Lanka,
Okay.
moved to Staten Island, which is literally little Sri Lanka. That's where mostly all the Sri Lankans live that are outside of Sri Lanka. They live in Staten Island, New York, right? So growing up with these people, I mean, you deal with gossip, you deal with regular brown activities.
A lot of
you know?
toxic
Yeah, a lot of
traits.
toxic, whatever. I still love my friends, right?
Of course.
We hate each other one day, we love each other the next day.
Yeah.
It's just more like a common occurrence in anyone's lives. So, after the whole situation with my dad passing away, I grew to hate the country so much for some reason.
Really?
Yeah,
Because of the
'cause
way you were probably
Yeah, yeah.
traumatized, right?
Yeah, so I'm just like, oh, like, like, why would I ever go there? This, that, But growing older and stuff, I kind of like got more mature, and I was like using Sri Lankan representation in all of that. It was important to me because,
It's who you are.
yeah, that's just I can't change who I was,
Exactly.
and I would, support the country, right? Because I'd never really seen another Sri Lankan, fitness influencer. There are some, out there now, but when I started, there was none, and working with good brands like Carnage in Sri Lanka, who my friend Joel had started. I remember when he was just sending me things from his apartment, I think. And now they have 2 stores in Sri Lanka in malls and stuff. Like it's massive, right? But we've done well for each other throughout that whole time. So it's good to support, my country doing all that.
So, in terms of how you want to impact, do you have any goals that you want to like kind of achieve? Because at this point, you have a lot on your shoulders. You
Right.
represent, a type of culture.
Right.
So, do you have anything that you want to really like do? Do you have any goals? Anything that you want to cross out your bucket list? Anything like that?
Right. I mean, as far as with social media goes, like I really want to use that platform in the next couple of months in the future to move into more of a charitable thing, right? Also helping other influencers get up there, right? With what I know, but charitable things for my country, right? Like using our platform for better,
and just more variety.
Yeah, I
stuff
just
like
I mean, if I'm not gonna like the fame, might as well just give it to use it for something good,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
As far as others, goals go, I'm proud of where I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Always excited for what's coming,
Mm-hmm.
right? I can't complain.
Mm-hmm.
I have great people around me.
Mm-hmm.
I only wish them, the best in their goals coming up,
And try to help them in whatever
Yeah,
way you
dude.
can.
I'm always there with them.
Okay. So when it comes to, obviously your culture, right? I'm sure there's a lot of pros and cons with brown people. I kind of talk about
Right.
it in my other episodes. It's a new generation. It's a new wave of brown people. What do you love about the new generation? What are things you feel like could change? What are things you dislike about the old culture? Stuff like
Right.
that. So let's get into
Right.
that.
Man, the way I do feel like the culture of like brown TikTok, social media, and stuff like that
Mm-hmm.
is definitely died a lot.
Died. Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot more people putting variety of content out there.
Mm-hmm.
People doing their own thing, trending stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think people are realizing that they're giving up too early,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
They aren't consistent of what they're doing. They think they have to look a certain way. They have to be better looking than this person, be more fit than this person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you just have to be there consistently, right?
Mhm.
Hit that right mark, right?
Mhm.
Find your niche and then go on with it. I mean, I do really think anyone can do it,
Really?
right? It's just not even like trust me, dude, if I can do it, literally anyone
Anybody can do it.
It's
Okay.
just not that hard.
Do you think it's like a
right?
confidence, like a mentality type of situation?
It might be a confidence thing. 'Cause I grew up very confident.
Okay.
I
Obviously easier said than done because,
Yeah. Yeah, and
Build.
it's something definitely to build, and I've seen it in these guys that
Mhm.
we work out with and I try to help them.
Mhm.
The only thing they lack is confidence.
Really?
Right?
And just a willingness to do
They
it
just
and
need
try.
to know that they are playing the same game as these other influencers.
Anything is possible. It's just a
Yeah.
mentality, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Even when I started this podcast, I was scared. No
Yeah.
one really had a podcast.
Exactly.
But if there's something that you want to do, I tell people, go ahead and do it.
Exactly.
I started off, with my friend Madsen. Shout out Madsen. Episode 9, I got you.
Yeah.
Who knows where I'm going to be
Yeah.
in 10 more
Listen.
episodes. And it's possible.
I tell these kids all the time, right?
Yeah.
And I'm saying kid because I'm old now. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like,
Uncle.
dude,
Yeah.
I'm
Status.
now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, talk to anyone. Talk to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
If I never came up to Justin that day,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I know he saw me, right?
Mm-hmm. He was
I
probably
don't think.
intimidated.
Yeah, I don't think he would have talked to me after a while, right?
Okay.
But dude, I know these things already,
Yeah.
right? I see this kid. He looks great. He can be.
You see
know?
the potential.
Oh yeah. Do the same thing with these guys like Suraj. This guy Suraj got crazy veins. He's so good on camera, right?
Mm-hmm.
In person, he just needs that confidence.
Confidence, yeah.
You know,
Just
what
got
I'm
to instill
saying?
that.
Yeah. You got a kid like Dom who just got his pro card as a natural kid. He's 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like these kids got it all, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all they need is just consistency and confidence to keep posting, right?
Mhm.
They can be like insane influencers.
Mm-hmm. And how does it feel knowing that people are kind of following that trajectory? It's about to be.
Yeah.
You heard of the Great Shift? You seen
Dude,
that?
the great shift, dude.
You think it can happen?
Listen,
A lot of. Got to give it some time, but I'll make an episode for that. But
listen, I think the great shift is
it's a real thing.
Is a definitely a real thing.
It's a real thing.
People are realizing,
You just got to break the societal norms, the culture.
exactly. It's just more like a joke. It's just a joke to these, to everyone, right?
Yeah.
It's easy to make fun of brown people,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's so many jokes that we can make,
Of course.
And I think the bad part is that we are the ones that are not doing anything about it. That's why people think it's okay,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I've never been encountered with like any racial,
Mhm.
Things in my life and like anything that would really like, make me feel a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I do think that it's out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I do think brown people are afraid to stand up for themselves, right? I don't think anyone would come up to me and, you know, say something, you know?
Same, but the people with that confidence,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, got to,
You know?
yeah. And it comes with time. Like, for example, a podcast, you can talk your shit. That's what a mic is for.
Right.
And I have a plan. I obviously know, I kind of already know what I want to do. Obviously, I want to wait till I get bigger. But the whole reason why I wanted to start a podcast is to have a voice, because I
Right.
feel like people like us, we're going to talk our shit. We're not
Yeah.
scared. We're not scared at all. Like, I've never been the type of person to really be scared of saying an opinion.
Right.
If I get canceled, I know I'm doing the right thing. I don't even give a fuck. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like more brown people should have that mentality of like, a lot of brown people. I don't want to blame it on the way they were raised, but it's like I can see how the culture got passed down. I can see kind of how everyone's a byproduct of each other, right? And I feel like the few people that are open-minded, the few people that don't care or not scared to be different, those people have powerful potential, bro. And I'm kind of a part of this podcast is like, whoever I feel like got potential, I'm scouting.
Right.
I'm scouting. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of, you know, the cast.
Right.
The whole point of like getting people to join this podcast is because like, if I see potential, I know you can do it. Come over here, talk your shit. And when we're big enough and when I'm big enough, even if it takes like 5 years, you know, I feel like I'm not scared to be that voice. You're not scared to be a voice.
Right.
You can come on whenever you want. And I feel like it'll get to a point where like the more confidence you instill in people, the greater the change that it's gonna happen.
Exactly. And you know, that starts with all about who you know.
Who you know
what I'm saying?
connections.
So
Connections you can give me.
exactly.
I can give
like,
you.
Dude, I'm the only person that doesn't take anything, you know, like from anyone, right? If you need help, I'm always here, right? You can ask any of my friends, you know, you ask them, you know, who would take a bullet for you? Without a question, they're going to say my name, right?
Yeah.
No doubt, right? I introduce people to everyone, right? People have introduced, you know, like, I just like sharing who I know. That's just how I live, right?
You're not scared to pass the ball.
No, not at all.
Pass
dude.
the ball. Throw that dime.
Not at all.
As we say in basketball, right?
Yeah, dude. I mean, like, I got friends that know so many people. I got a friend named Samir Ahmed, right? He lives in Dallas. This guy might be one of the greatest guys I've ever met in my life, right?
Okay.
Completely changed my outlook on like what I should be doing and how I should be networking and like how I should be living my life, right? To the fullest. Because he lives every day like it's his last. You know, it's a crazy to live like that, but it's also like, yeah, hell yeah, you go do it, dude.
Go do it,
you know what I'm saying? And after meeting him, you know, like hanging out with him for a couple of years, you know, I wouldn't, you know, I say it again, like, dude, I would die tomorrow and I'd be satisfied with what I did, you know? Like, being with him, a guy like him, a guy like my friend Azim, you know? All these guys, like, you know, they're really important to me, right? And, you know, you need those type of people in your life.
The people that you can trust.
Exactly.
The people that
you don't have a good group of friends with you like that, you can't really do much.
Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes
know?
you got to find it.
Yeah, you could probably do it, but it'll take way more time. Go get help. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. People need help. Like, it's okay to ask for help.
And sometimes you can be the person that initiates the
help.
You know,
you
could be the person that comes up to people. Especially if we know we have potential, it's our job to, you know, make that change.
Dude, I got a whole list of names that people have helped me. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Like, I could go down the whole list, right? But it's okay. Like, people are so afraid to ask, like, hey, like, can you, like, you know, spot me for this for a minute? You know, like
pride, ego,
you know,
all the
do it. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Like, you need help with something, you know, ask me, right?
And you're going to be there.
I'll be there right away.
That's good.
But those type of people you need in your life, because, like, there are going to be times where it's going to be too much for you, and you're going to need some help.
And they go, got you. Yeah. I'll say this. Hey, Alec, how much time we got?
We've got...
How much we in?
We're in 55 minutes.
55. So I'll say this. Before we go, I feel like that was a great story that you shared. You know, obviously it was inspirational. I never knew this about you. I'm sure a lot of people never knew this side about you. So it was kind of cool. You know, you shared your story. I'm sure you uplifted a lot of people with this. And it was cool. Liked having you on the pod. I think it was a great episode. You have any goodbye words? Anything you want to share?
Man, I say, you know, live your life.
Live your life.
Like it's your last. You know, we don't know how much time we got. Man.
Cherish it.
Cherish
Enjoy it. And
just be happy, you know, be peaceful, you know.
mhm.
It's okay if there's peace, right? It's okay if there's chaos, right?
Mhm.
If you're sad, you have to be happy at one point, you know?
Mhm.
So live your life, dude.
That's good. I'm sure, you're a lot deeper than I thought, so
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
sure we're going to need a couple more episodes in the
Oh, no,
future
we
to
got
catch up.
You know,
But
I'll bring some people around, you know.
Yeah, I got you.
We'll make it interesting.
hey, it was a great episode. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. All my other episodes, every episode is different. If you want to join the episodes or join the cast, DM me, whatever it is. It's open to everyone. Like, comment, subscribe. Beautiful episode. Episode 9, we're out. Peace.